What's up, guys? Hopefully you can see everything. For those of you that like to build your own cars and who are currently buying your parts from the website, cruise over to munclemikes.com. I thought I would show you how to do a wheel swap really easy. That's going to be some things that you never thought of, and once I show you, you're going to be like, wow. Okay, so basics first of all right? Hot Wheels spin on 3 differentials. There's one on the wheels, between the wheel and the pin. There's one in the axle, sorry, so 2 technically. There's one inside the car in the axle that lets the axle spin, and then the hub on the other side. So the 2 hubs spin, and then inside the car, it spins inside those teeth. See how loose that is once you get inside the car? Right? So it spins in there as well. Okay, so that being said, if you're just swapping the wheels, you don't have to open this car, okay? And there's all kinds of videos on how to swap wheels and cutting axles and getting tubes and doing all this crazy crap that you don't have to do at all. All right, so here we go. What I do is I get my magic wand, right? This is my 30-watt Weller, and I pretty much do everything that I do with this. A lot of people ask me all the time, how do you get them apart? How do you get them back together? At some point, I'll probably let that secret out, but for now, I'm going to keep it. So here's the really easy part, right? You've got your nice wheels that you ordered from the website, right? Muncle Mikes, plug. And you got your car. You need some needle nose pliers, okay? And what you're going to do is you're going to grab this wheel. I know some of you really smart guys are going, oh, I know what he's going to do. But check it out. Grab that front wheel and grab your iron and push down on that tab, right? You see what it's doing? Just boiling that plastic wheel away. Always use safety glasses and some sort of mask and gloves and all of those other safety things that you're supposed to use. You make sure those are all on. You're going to want a hazmat suit on. But how easy is that, right? Now that wheel's gone. Okay? And what that allows us to do is kill this tab. Now, here, I'll show you something else since we are here. See what's left here? I can just take my soldering iron, pull that off, cleans up the axle, right? So now I just have my tab left, which, by the way, I hate those tabs. They drive me insane. That tab looks so stupid in that wheel. Anyways, now you can cut your tab off. So what, if you want to save your tabs and you like your tabs, take your dikes and grab your tab and put it upside down, right? And then cut that baby off and it's still in there. And there's your tab. So now, magic. Look at that, it's out, right? So put this guy aside, whatever. I like to, when I very first started, put the front axle in front of the car where I'm working. So then I know that axle goes there. And then basically, you're just gonna go around and you're gonna do the same thing on the rear wheel. Now what you have to watch out for, sometimes the car will cock sideways. It'll get all weird. So just get on that tab and don't push hard. Let the heat of the soldering iron do the work, right? Sometimes if you push too hard, you'll slip and you'll do other things and you'll end up in this plastic right here. And then you ruin that, right? So go to get the leftover plastic off of it. This is the first time I've done a how-to video, so I hope you guys can even see this. And this is cool for you. I'm going to show you both ways, with the tabs and without the tabs, right? All right, so I'm going to keep the tabs. So dikes down, keep it in that cup, right? There's my 2 tabs, set them to the side. All right, now I've got my rear axle out. And like I said before, I put your fronts in your fronts and your rears in your rears, and then I twisted it all up. So now, you didn't take your car apart, right? So you bought wheels with axles, huh? So let's do the same thing to those. And if you want to keep that tab, again, dikes down, cut it, tab laying there, right? And then you pull these off. Now you've got 2 nice fresh axles. Get rid of that. Get rid of that. Okay, so if you want to keep your tabs, you just run your axle back through, right? Got your tab. Now, rear wheel, stick it back through the hole. Bam. Your rear is on. Okay, so let's do the same thing to the front. Cut the tab off. I'm sure somebody out there knows the name of that. It's the same thing as the end of your shoelaces. All right, this axle is a little bent, so we'll just get rid of that sucker right away. Stick this nice long axle in it. For you guys that are doing the 32s, they're both long axle. So you need a real good long axle. Drop this down in the front, right? Is that my front tire? Yeah, it's my front tire. So I drop my front tire down in the front. Bam, I'm good to go, right? Now, if I turn it over, I've got the axles sticking through, yeah? All right, so what you want to do is you want to take your back tire, put it on, right? Check it. Make sure that it's not sticking through, right? You don't want your axle sticking through or even to the front if you're going to run your tabs. Because you run your tabs, you want to put those in that hole, right? So you get your trusty old shaky, and you stuff it down in that hole, right? And then that gives you the two sides of the wheels. Again, I hate those things. I think it looks horrible. That looks so much better. So actually, if you guys that have gotten a lot of my cars, you'll notice that one side has the pins, okay? And then the other side, it doesn't have the pins, so that you can choose which way you want to display it. That looks so much better to me. But anyways, so that one's good. You know, the axle's not sticking out. Test fit the front. No axles are sticking out, right? We're good to go. So what I do now is really very simple. Model glue, okay? It's available everywhere, online.com, whatever. I have it at the over at the website too. You got to get your glasses on. You got to get your good eyes out, right? And then what I do is I just plug this back into the axle hole here, right? And then just give a little tiny squeeze until you can see that glue rise up out of that hole, and you're done. So that hole's full of glue now, right? So what you want to do is you want to take it and run it on that axle, like so, right? And don't worry about the glue sticking to the back of the car. It's okay. It's okay. Push this down. Make sure we're good to go on that one. So we're good on the front end, right? And remember, if you want to, you can take these tabs right here that we left and stick it in that hole, and you're good to go with the tabs. It'll all glue together. So again, with the rear wheel, see, I just run it into that hole, plug it up, and the glue will make a nice seal on the end of the wheel. I hope you guys can see that. And it'll center itself inside the glue. So you're not going to have an axle that hangs down or up or something like that. So get that glue mixed in there real well. All right. So then we've got our rolling wheel swap, because it still has a differential on these hubs, right? These hubs are still loose. Inside of the car is still loose. And now we've just ran that glue into the plastic and into the metal, and we set it. So now it's setting, right? So now we let it dry. And usually it doesn't take that long. Sometimes I will let them sit maybe 10 minutes or so and just set up. And this is why this is really hard. I hate these little things. And that's why it doesn't matter that you get glue on the inside of that wheel hub, because once you let this set up, it's going to be stronger. The bond is going to be stronger between the axle and the wheel than the wheel and the plastic. So once this is set up for a few minutes, you just grab that car and go like this, and it breaks the bond in between the plastics right there, and you never have to worry about it again. So another way to set your stuff up and make sure that everything is right is you can set it like this and put pressure on these back side wheels, right? And I use a lot of these wooden dowels. on the ends of these Q-tips. Okay, put pressure on the back side of the wheels. See, I'm lifting it on the loose wheels. Push the pins. Boop, boop. Now your wheels are tight, and you just let it dry. It's pretty much it to swapping your wheels that away. So if you've got the axles and all this stuff, cruise over to the website. I've got these wheels and tires. I think I have these cars too, but I'm not sure. And I have a plethora of other things for you to work on. I think you'll see that that's really easy. All you need is an iron and you're set to go. Some glue. You don't have to use the model glue. You can use any rubber cement that you want. A lot of times I will actually use this too, the Loctite 60-second. And sometimes I have to take my cars back apart, and I'll tell you that it's very difficult to get the wheels off the axles. So if you have some of my cars, you'll know that the wheels, they stay on very, very nicely. So this is a great way to do your wheel swaps. All right, guys, hit the website. Thank you so much.